أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم one day wanted to go to the masjid. لعلي أحد إلى الناس. He wanted to give a covenant to the people. So he said, gather for me 7 buckets of water from 7 different wells and pour them on me so that I can go out to the people. So they brought him this water and they were pouring this cold water on the body of Rasulullah ﷺ to cool it down because of the temperature, and to give Rasulullah ﷺ the ability to go out to the masjid. And then Rasulullah ﷺ was carried to the masjid, and his head was wrapped because of his headache. And he had to lean, he couldn't walk, so he had to lean on one of the sons of Al-Abbas and Ali ibn Abi Talib to take him to the masjid. And his feet were dragging on the ground because he couldn't lift them up. And he went to the masjid and he gave a nasiha. After praising Allah Azza wa Jal, Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mentioned the shuhada of Uhud and asked Allah to forgive them. Notice here, Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam went to Al-Baqi' to ask Allah to forgive the Muslims who died in Al-Baqi', and now Rasulullah ﷺ is asking forgiveness to the Shuhada of Uhud. This shows us the loyalty that Rasulullah ﷺ had to his companions, the love that he had for them, and the remembrance that he had for them. Rasulullah ﷺ was concerned about his ummah. Rasulullah ﷺ lived for us. He lived for me and you. He gave his life for me and you. He struggled, he went through difficulties, he suffered poverty, he suffered pain. He had to fight. He had to go through trials and tribulations for the religion to reach me and you. We owe Rasulullah ﷺ a lot. So we ask Allah Azza wa Jal, dear brothers and sisters, in the end, to make us of those who love Rasulullah ﷺ, to make us of those who truly love Rasulullah ﷺ, to make us of those who will follow his sunnah, his way, and to make us of those who would be raised up with him on the Day of Judgment and will drink from his hands, from Al-Kawthar. And we ask Allah Azza wa Jal to admit us with him into paradise. And be concerned about the ummah like Rasulullah ﷺ was concerned about the ummah. Remember that Rasulullah ﷺ lived and died for you. Remember that Rasulullah ﷺ left a lot of the enjoyment of the dunya for the sake of having Islam come to you, and say Alhamdulillah about that, and be grateful. Be grateful. The one who is not grateful towards people will not be grateful towards Allah. And who among all humanity do we owe more to than Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? We owe a lot to Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Everything that we know about Islam came to us through him. So how much do we owe Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? The least that we could do in recognition for what Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did for us is that we follow him and make salah and salam on Rasulullah Salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin kama sallayta ala ali Ibrahim wa barik ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin kama barakta ala Ibrahim ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidun Majid. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.